Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and a lot of people have been wondering, how crappy of a computer can you still technically run Arena on? And, well, you're kind of looking at it. This case is so wrecked and bent, you can see it doesn't even sit flat anymore, can't fit the front panel on because it just got totally warped, like that's supposed to be a right angle, for example. It's one of these nice white Dells. These are actually not too bad. I don't really like Dell, but these are alright. You can see that fits real well there, so I thought, okay, let's just take the board out and put it in something a little more respectable. So, my friend, whoops, well, there goes that. My friend Shane dropped this case off. I souped it up with, really just that red fan. That's about it. And, oh yes, a Quadro 600 graphics card, which is meant for, I think, lightweight 3D rendering. And also, I made some modifications to it. Check this out. So the 1 gig of RAM now has adhesive coolers. That's that 3M thermal adhesive. And I even took off the bracket and remounted the actual die of the card, the core if you want to call it, to the aluminum heatsink. And this is one of the big fan editions. I made a couple different ones. I believe this is made by PNY. But it does have all like really nice brand capacitors. So we're going to see if after overclocking this card, it can run Arena. And you're probably wondering what this is. It is a first edition i3 running quad 2 sticks for 8 gigs total. Oh, hell yes. We've got a factory reconditioned 500. I literally don't know where I got that. And then, where is it? I think it's... Oh, I bolted it to the bottom. Cool, you can't see it, but there's a Samsung 840 SSD in there, actually. So, this is actually kind of respectable of a computer, but it would have been built in late 2010. So let's put the card in and see what we get. Alright, so just to get a baseline, I put framerate on here. We're going to see how many frames per second it gets at a whopping resolution of 1280 by 1024. And I have taken the first step of increasing the performance. I set the wallpaper to cats. So let's see what we get here. Oh, they're warning me that this ain't a good idea, but I already knew that. Oh, is it even going to render? There it is. There it is. Okay, we are getting 6 frames per second. I know you guys probably can't see it on the video, but it is 6 frames per second. Fantastic. Now, even right now, after running for about 10-15 seconds, it's at 58 Celsius. So this card doesn't get very hot. So, yeah, it's in the 62, 63 range. Okay, it's still 6 FPS steady. My goal is to hit 8 FPS. So let's open up, ooh, I can hear that fan cranking. Let's open up MSI Afterburner. And, boy, it's got a 600 and some, it's scaling, but it's got some sort of horrible max clock. So let's, oh, it's 640, and then the memory clock is 800. So I bet you we could get to 740. There's 742, and then I'll set the memory clock at, this memory's pretty conservative, I'll go 900, 901, even better. Alright, let's see what we get. It might just crash, it's possible. Wow, it can do that with no voltage increase. Okay, so we're at 7 FPS, there you go. And the card's getting really hot really quickly, fantastic. Alright, so it's stable. So let's go 772 and 939. How about that? These are completely arbitrary. There's no math going into this whatsoever. At a certain point, I'm going to need more voltage to do this, but maybe not. It's still 7, but it feels like a faster 7. This is a fast 7 FPS, guys. It's at least 7.7. Oh, you can probably hear that poor fan. Oh my gosh. It's only at about 70 Celsius though, so it's not crazy. I mean, this would be safe up to probably, not continuously, but about 90. Okay, 72, it's climbing, whatever. And let's see, yeah, the RAM heatsinks are getting a little warm. Each individual RAM module doesn't get that hot. I think it's under a watt a piece for now. Let's just do it. Whoops. 1040, 835. Let's just see if it'll run. Is there a voltage boost? No, I can't do it. Okay, well, this will be fun. Come on. Come on. Oh my god! It actually did it. So it's at 835 megahertz with 1041 on the memory. And and it's getting really hot. We did it though. We hit 8 FPS for just a second there. It's flickering between 8 and 7, but we see right now it's 7. Come on. I saw it hit 8 for a couple seconds there. It even says max 8 on the top. So, all right. Wow, that doesn't sound good, but it's at 74 Celsius. Oh, 8 FPS, there it is. So it must be like 7.9 average. They don't do fractions because people usually run things better than this. But I'm not your average everyday people, so it's actually kind of curving out at 77 Celsius. So I could reasonably run the card at that. So let's run Arena and see what happens. Oh, good. Just when you think you got the game installed, you've got another 980 megs to download. Okay, so I finally got it up and running after Wizard's garbage server gave me the patch at 2 megs a second. Thanks for that. And let's see. I mean, this looks pretty smooth. This isn't too terribly bad. But we're not in the game yet. Let's just check the task manager here. Looks like, yeah, we got maybe a quarter of the CPU in use. Not too much. I mean, it's using, honestly, by itself about 12% just to sit here and do stuff. So let's just make it do that. And yeah, 20%. So the CPU is more than fast enough to run it. So let's go. Alright, so this looks pretty good. Yeah, I want to show phases. Why would I not? There we go. I want to know what phase it is. You kidding me? So I'm playing unranked, so I can just totally dick around and do whatever I want here. This looks pretty good. I mean, a little stutter there. Okay. Normally, switching the cat's mode would blow up the internet, but it didn't this time, I guess. And, yeah, we're using about half the CPU. That's not great, but, you know, it's better than using all the CPU. I think the CPU is rated probably under 3,000 on Passmark, so yikes. But this is, like, smooth. I mean, I've ran something on pretty high-end Intel onboard, which I happen to know is actually faster than this card, even overclocked. And it ran a lot worse than this. So a little bit of stuttering, but not bad. Now, I do have the graphics set on low, and because they don't support 4x3, I had to set it at windowed 1280 by 720, which is not very many pixels to draw, honestly. Let's see. Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, that was... the controls are still a little bit weird. They're, like, not as responsive as on my faster computer. Okay, but, you know, all the animations, the smoke, the particles is working, so... Not bad, not bad. I don't think I installed anything with a frame rate monitor, but I would estimate that this is actually 60 the majority of the time. Maybe during some of the more drastic actions it drops to kind of chuggy, like 10 to 20, but that's, I mean, would I call it acceptable? No, but that video card is worth about $12, so for that it's acceptable. What is he playing? I'm, like, paying no attention to the game. I'm just, like, looking at the animations. Yeah, it's just a removal-a-thon waste of time, so I'm going to waste his time because he's wasting my time. So, let's see. Yeah, that's a pretty good frame rate. Oh, and then you see that stutter there. And it's not my network, because I've got a ping of about 19 milliseconds to Google right now. So the card temperature right now is actually only 61 Celsius, because this game isn't that demanding, and during the idle times right now, it doesn't have to draw that much. You can see, here's the graph. It was in the 40s at idle, and then when I launched the game and started running, it kind of crept up to the mid-60s, and that's it, and it's still overclocked to 835 and 1040. It's actually 1041. Unreal. Unreal. Let's piss him off. Here we go. I'm not actually going to play this out, but yeah, apparently on this garbage computer, you can actually play Arena. So it's hard to say with all the stuff I put into it, and this is actually going to Shane's kid so he can play Roblox. But, boy, that whole system with that i3, I mean, I know what I paid for it. I think it was 10 or 15 bucks, but most people don't shop at a place like that. So you could probably find that desktop reasonably for 50 to 75, depending upon your local prices. Oh, he had that coming. He absolutely deserved that. And the Quadro, like I said, I think those are about 12 bucks. This case and the old system, he actually paid, I think, 40 or 50 for. So we're using the power supply and all that, and I'm only using the board and we combined two. So I would say, well, with that SSD, by the way, that was only $19 on eBay. Hello, and nothing wrong with used Samsungs. They run for, I think, 100,000 hours they're rated for. It's pretty good. And I think it's a commercial grade one. I think it's one of the pros, believe it or not. So between all that, it was about 100-ish, but I think you could get it done a little bit cheaper depending upon the base computer that you got. And also, this could be upgraded to an i5 or i7 for way less than 100. I mean, this is first gen, and an i5 is probably about $21, maybe. I don't know, I haven't looked at this stuff in forever, and I usually run nicer computers than this. But, yeah, so apparently you can run Arena for under 100, I would even dare say, because some of these parts are very optional. Now, the reliability of the system is a different story, but, hey, it looks cool and it plays games, so, I think we'll continue our quest to see how bad of a computer we can technically run Arena on at a reasonable playable frame rate. And I already know that my own personal laptop, which is running a 2nd gen i5 with no graphics, is a no. That is a definitive no. So this one, though, yeah, not bad. And by the way, it does actually have a floppy drive. That is fantastic. Oh, by the way, there's something I wanted to show people who are still stuck with mechanical drives, which at this point there is absolutely no excuse for that. This computer would have been made, let's see, right around 9 years ago. Here's how quickly it reboots with an i3 and a solid-state drive, with running Windows 10 fresh install. There we go, now we're down. Okay, let's see the boot speed. The post speed is terrible, by the way, but the actual boot speed is pretty good. Here we go, we're loading Windows. Well, it's getting there. And we're logging in. And there's my cats. And at this point it actually is basically idle. It's that quick of a login, so boom, we're on Chrome. Just like that. So, not terrible. I mean, I know my computer upstairs probably got it beat by 4 times, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Especially if there's nothing to unload, you just turn it off, it's off. So, anyway, thanks. Whoa, that was quick. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.